Hey everyone, I'm to share from the Simulator once more. Bring you a 1 vs 1 Dawn of War Soulstorm replay on the Blood River map. So we're going to have Bloodthirster playing as the Space Marines, and yeah, it looks like his first might just be quenched in that river, but anyway. And yeah, his opponent is going to be Megadeth. He was actually spawning as random, and yeah, the race he happened to get was Tau. And yeah, it looks like we should hopefully be in for an interesting game. Hopefully. I mean, this Bloodthirster guy doesn't seem to be too bad, but what the hell, we'll just have to see how he fares 1 vs 1 against Megadeth. So yeah, so just see what happens. Speaking of which, Megadeth going for quick jetpacks and quick Tower Commander as well. So yeah, it just looks like just going to be going for a bit of early harassment of his commander most likely. And speaking of which, Bloodthirster is going to be going for a quick Space Marine squad and Force Commander as well. Looks like he's dedicating both his builders to building the listening post, so no early plasma generator for him just yet. Bit of a diversion from what Megadeth is doing, given they did get his own plasma generator. So what the hell, we'll just have to see how this works out. I'm guessing Bloodthirster is probably not going with a plasma generator just yet, because he does know that his strategic points can be captured pretty quickly with sneaky stealth suits. Speaking of which, where the hell are they? Okay, they're only capturing 9 points. But yeah, one thing that can be really annoying is when they just jump in on a point that's getting captured and they just, you know, decapture it from right underneath you. Pretty annoying indeed. And yeah, pretty effective for the Tau player actually if they do that. But anyway, speaking of which, looks like we've got Megadeth coming up with his Tau Commander. He's not actually jumping him around at all. He's jumping his wow, he's jumping his stealth suits around, and yeah, funnily enough, Bloodthirster is actually going to be able to decapture one of the strategic points, although we do have listening posts being built on the remaining strategic point of Megadeth. Speaking of which, relic point is getting captured, and I think, yeah, we did have a stealth suit coming in there, but yeah, it looks like he's decided to go somewhere else. We're able to capture that point, I'm not entirely sure, just have to see what happens. And yeah, Bloodthirster coming in for the second Space Marine squad, but we do have Crude Carnivores coming out. Interesting troop choice, but I suppose they'll keep the Space Marines at base so that the Tower Commander can shoot them from maximum range. But hold the phone, we've also got the Force Commander coming in. Going to just be taking a few pot shots, I suppose, maybe harassing the builders a bit. Bloodthirster is going to want to micro his Space Marines a little bit better than that, though, to say the least. And finally he's sending them back in one direction while sending the Force Commander in the other direction, managing to kill one builder. Second builder escaping with half health though, and Bloodthirster still insisting on trying to engage the Force Commander in melee. The interesting thing is actually, is if they're both in ranged stance shooting at each other, the Force Commander will actually be able to beat him. Just due to the sheer amounts of health that he has compared to the Tower Commander, and the fact that I think he does more damage at a closer range. But in any case, we also do have more Space Marines coming out. Well, actually leaving Overwatch on one of the squads. Not something you see too often in the early game, especially knowing that they're going to be going up against these Crude Carnivores. It actually looks like Bloodthirster is keeping his Force Commander right in the middle of the fray there, letting him take quite a few shots on those Crude Carnivores, and we even have Space Marines actually engaging the Tower Commander in melee, while this full squad also keeps shooting from afar as well. And yeah, Megadeth not really getting too many other troops out just yet, but we'll just have to see what the result of this little skirmish will be. Given that the game doesn't look like it's going to be going for that long, I'd say this skirmish is probably going to be a very important, if not the most important skirmish of the game. We'll just have to see what happens. Do we have Bloodthirster's Space Marine squad being demoralised though, so yeah, now they're just going to get torn apart incredibly quickly, as you can see. Bam, just bit the crap out of them. The Space Marine about to be killed off as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure why Bloodthirster did go for such big squads, knowing that he'd be, you know, going up against all these Crude Carnivores, 2 squads of almost completely full Crude Carnivores even, so I don't know what the hell he's doing there. He does have a second squad coming in though, and his Force Commander is still alive though, chasing the Tower Commander around, which is kind of funny really. But yeah, he's definitely going to want to retreat. Don't know if his Force Commander is going to make it back to base. No, certainly not actually if he just keeps on going for melee against the Tower Commander, although he did actually manage to kill him off. Wow. Now he's just going to have to watch out for these Crude Carnivores. Though Crude Carnivores now retreating along with Bloodthirster retreating as well. Let's have a look. We actually do have... Okay, creation being captured from right underneath their nose, it's not bad. And these scout marines have actually managed to capture strategic points as well. So yeah, even though Bloodthirster has taken some pretty heavy amounts of damage though, he probably, I think he controls more of the map than Megadeth. Just check their economies and all that. Actually, before we do that, I might just check to see what Megadeth is doing with his crew carnivals. Yep, he's going to dedicate them to the battle, taking a couple of shots along the way, but he's actually going to go for the scout marine squad instead. I don't know if I really agree with that, but I suppose it'll stop his critical location from being decaptured, but still. Also lose a few crude carnivores in the process, and yeah, generally just going to make the Space Marines run around, it seems. So can we finally... do you have a plasma generator coming down? Or rather built already for Bloodthirster. He's got the Force Commander out as well. As Megadeth doesn't seem to be doing too much at the moment. He's going to try to create a listening post there, but we do have Scout Marines who should be able to perfectly intercept that at the same time. Speaking of which, none of the listening posts have actually been upgraded for Bloodthirster yet, so you never know, their economies might actually be a bit more even than one would think. Given that, yeah, Megadeth has upgraded a couple of his listening posts. And yeah, now that his Force Commander has come out, he should be pretty instrumental in driving the Crude Carnivals back. But they're actually going to come back to this listening post, which they might actually try to destroy. But the thing is, if Bloodthirster keeps giving chase to him, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they won't have a chance of actually destroying that point. And of course, we still do have this listening post here to worry about as well for Megadeth. Just check their economies now, 86 and 20 compared to 86 and 10. So actually their economies are pretty even, I need to think, although Bloodthirster does have a second plasma generator up, and he is going for tier 2, so he's doing that without upgrading any of his listening posts. Rather ballsy move to say the least, very ballsy move actually even to put up listening posts here, but what the hell. Might actually end up working, and speaking of which, do you have the Fire Warrior squad coming out from Megadeth? He's not going to tier 2 just yet either though. So yeah, I'd say he's going to be out quite a bit when Bloodthirster gets to tier 2, although Bloodthirster might just be able to end the game here and there actually, although, yeah, maybe if he can, actually this listening post, is it? Oh, there we go, it's completed now, so maybe he's going to upgrade or something like that. There we go, he's going to upgrade it indeed. And he's actually going to build a heavy bolter turret as well, not bad. Yeah, one thing that surprised me a little bit actually is that Bloodthirster hasn't bothered going for skull probes or any other form of detection. Well, it's the only form of mobile detection you get as a librarian, tier 2. So yeah, he could have gotten the skull probe pretty easily given that he did go for quite a few early listening posts, and yeah, just mixing in one of them with his Space Marines, or Scout Marines depending on, you know, where the stealth suits were, would have been more than enough to, you know, take out these stealth suits that you just, you know, jumping about and decapturing points and all that. Look, they mentioned decapture points here. Actually, no, never mind. Oh no, that's right, I think it was actually captured by Megadeth before. But in any case, yeah, Bloodthirster is going to want to be careful with troops, and there you go, finally we're seeing a bit of proper micro of his Space Marine squads, splitting them up, sending them in two different directions, and yeah, basically dancing them around the listening post, and yeah, basically Crew Carnival is now being forced to retreat. At the same time though, Bloodthirster has been chasing around these, wow. He's been chasing around these Fire Warriors, and he actually managed to kill off one though. The two are starting to run out of health pretty quickly, but at the same time though, these Fire Warriors have been dancing around until now basically. Force Commander taking quite a bit of damage, and I think he's just going to get killed off before he can really do much, and yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. The construction has been completed with the heavy bolter task, so yeah, it should pretty much prevent much happening from Bloodthirster's strong point, which is of course on Megadeth's doorstep. And yeah, I don't think Megadeth is really going to be able to do much. I mean, he's not a tier 2, he doesn't have a tower commander even, doesn't even have a fire warrior. Actually, does a couple of Fire Warriors and some crude carnivores, but unless we can completely repulse this attack here and recapture a bit of lost territory, which is going to be pretty tricky given the ridiculously fortified position we got here. Wow, even being another ballsy, a second heavy bolter turret to be added by Bloodthirster. Need to think. But yeah, I mean, he's got crap loads of resources floating anyway. When it comes to acquisition, I probably should focus on building more plasma generators actually. And speaking of which, he's building a third one right now, so there you go. Just have to see what happens. Chaplain coming out and Force Commander coming out as well, but yeah, just have to see how Megadeth is going to be able to counteract this. We'll just see what actually he has going on. So we've got 104 versus 74 acquisition at 20 power versus 10 power. And so yeah, really, there's only so much that Megadeth is going to be able to do. He does have more power actually saved up than yeah, Yeah, he has more power saved up than Bloodthirster, but the problem is though he doesn't have a vehicle plant down. If he at least had a vehicle plant down, he might actually stand a bit more chance, but nope. Out he goes. You've got a third heavy bolter turret being laid down there. A bit overkill in my opinion, but what the hell, even having this one upgraded to missile launcher. Cute. So there you go, nice for victory for Bloodthirster, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to upload the game a bit later on today. And until that happens, this has been Dame Didovich signing off.